Hey everybody, I am on for the Midweek Message Reveal Wednesday, January 29th. Thanks for joining me and thanks for being patient. I've been working through some different things and trying to figure out what it is that I want to say and how. And I just felt like this week was the week to jump back in and we'll see what that looks like moving forward. So thank you for being here with me and for all clients and all the love and all of that stuff reaching out independently of this space. But I'm glad to have you here. So life, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot moving around. There's a lot that isn't happening. And there's a lot of confusion. And that confusion is definitely purposeful and it is very much designed. And I guess that's my main message, is to pay attention to what is not being spotlighted on, what is not being highlighted, because those are typically the areas in which you're being distracted from. And in these distractions, it can be through our attention. It can be through our ability to hold communication with others and being able to truly listen. Or do you feel that you're experiencing a difficulty in really understanding what other people are trying to say or what they're trying to get at? Or perhaps are you in a space where your narrative seems to be leading things and you can't really see outside of it? That time and space is now. And we have the new moon in Aquarius today that will be moving into the evening. So that energy has been present where we are experiencing the true nature of Aquarius, which is the structure mix-up, the change in perspectives, the expansion of ideas, and the expansion of structures and the way that things work. Can things work differently? Have they worked differently in the past? Is it something that we've tried? Is it something that we could try? And then there's a whole bunch of question marks around everything, which is par for the course. And this time frame is really asking us to pay attention. And where is it that we put that attention? And how do we recover from the onslaught of information and determining whether or not it is for us or designed to distract? Those are all the big questions, right? I wish I could say that I have all the answers for those, and I do not. I am right along with you in all of this, and trying to find a space of compassion for not just myself but others has been a bit of a teeter-totter, trying to figure out what it is that I think and believe and what I am willing to engage with in my own world and what I'm willing to fight for and stand up for and speak out. And that is why I'm still here, is because I feel that that is very important. And that our freedom of speech, above all, is truly paramount in these times. And it is something that is being fucked around with, put it lightly. And there is a sense of fear around the unknown. And I do feel that that energy that comes naturally with Aquarius energy, a sense of, is this factual and true? Is it necessarily the first questions? It's more, how does this make you feel? And what I'm experiencing is I'm experiencing a lot in my own body when I tap into the collective. I'm feeling a lot of stopping up of the ears, of attention within the jaw and the throat that's moving into the thymus and into the collarbones, a sense of feeling held in place, but not necessarily held in place where it feels like a positive. It feels more like your ability to move around has been lessened. There's been a tightening overall of a feeling of freedom. And I think that's figurative and literal. And in that, there is a desire to want to lash out and also to put up defense. And the energy is warning not to put up so much of a defense against those that are with you, that are hearing you, and that are in your close circles. Even though the energy is very spiky, that energy is asking you to work on your set of boundaries and really work on your narrative. What is it that you believe? What is it that you will put up with? What is it that you won't? And now is the time to actually put that into place. Can you write a story of yourself at this moment in time? And what does it say? What does it say about where your moral compass lies, where your thoughts lie, where your words land, where you want those words to be seen and heard, and when you want that sound to actually mean something, and where your silence may mean something else. The sign of the energy is very much supportive of taking a deeper dive into understanding what that looks like for you. Okay? All right, so I'm going to jump into the selections here with the messages. Again, thank you for posting and sharing and all that good stuff. It helps me grow, and I really appreciate that. Okay. And if you're interested in a guided session with me, a private session, or looking into any sort of coaching or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and check my website. All right, cool. All right, so if you chose one. Connecting with your energy one. I actually am hearing a whispering in the right ear. I'm hearing let it pass. Let it pass. And more clarification on that. There's I'm seeing almost like a tug of war, a rope that has a flag on it. So one side is going to be gaining the benefit versus the other. And there are many different colored flags here on this rope. And all of them feel like they should be on one side. And it's difficult to move those things around. This is very metaphorical. It feels like there is a push and pull, a tug that's going on between yourself and some of the things that you're believing. And it is also leading very much into defining what it is that you believe and what you believe about yourself and what you believe about your personality, the way that you show up in the world. And some of these things have changed, and I'm seeing the colored flag signifying one side or the other is changing colors and moving spots on this rope, which means to me that you're having a change of heart or a change of principle, even. There are some things that you are changing about the way that you are presenting yourself or communicating, a way that you are wanting to show up to others. And I'm hearing specifically for a younger group that you're very aware of how you're being perceived by a younger group of people. And that's important because there is a lot of support and comfort that you can give to this younger group. And you need to do so with a certain level of tact, which normally comes very easily to you. But it seems almost as if there is a difficulty accessing that right now. Let yourself sit with your feelings first. Feel through all the hard parts of it before you speak on it with this larger group. And it seems like the larger group doesn't involve the children or the smaller group of people. It's kind of people are looking to you to say something about a topic and are looking to you for your first moves. And this may be something that you're used to doing in your societal structure where people look to you to kind of draw a line or determine a belief or to say yay or nay. And you haven't necessarily done so. It doesn't mean you need to, just means that the eyes are on you, the ears are on you. The way that you can portray this is ultimately given to you to do in a oratory way that really can influence others, so be aware of that. It's a privilege, it's a good thing. All right, moving on to 2. Scully. Give my band-aid. Okay, connecting with your energy too. I feel a lot of pressure here in the throat, the lower throat though. So in the thyroid, over in the clavicles, similar to what I was talking about previously. That I'm feeling as It's from the collective. It's almost as if your team is kind of holding you back, holding the chest, holding you in a space, and asking you to kind of prepare yourself. And this is not in a scary way. It's more a tending to others first and putting you're putting their mask, their airline mask on before you're putting on yours. And it's a protective measure. It's something that allows you when you're in a state of stress or concern, you automatically focus outward. Now it's not a good or a bad thing. It's just a thing. It does take from you though, because you're unable to monitor when you need your cup filled, or when you've given too much, or you need a break, or even just checking in to see how you feel. And that can leave you with a feeling of being kind of abandoned or not looked after. And where that feeling is coming from, because this is the true message, they're saying that the feeling is, why do I feel this way? Because you're looking for other people almost to supply that support. And really the feeling is the self-abandonment. So that feeling of, why can't I feel taken care of? Why does it, no one's doing it right for me? It's because you're the one that is seeking your own attention. No one's going to be able to give you the attention that you can give yourself. And while you know that, this is a reminder. You had an opportunity to do some more self-care. You had an opportunity to take someone up on something that would take some things off of your plate for you and allow you to have some of that break. And you feel almost guilty for letting that be a possibility and said no. That will come up again. And if you really feel extra and you're feeling real strong about it, you could reach out to that person and say, no, you know what, I take it back. I really would like that. I really would appreciate it if you could help me with that. Or I really would appreciate you helping me out. Or the next time you ask me about this, could you double check with me and make me say again, hey, the last time you really wanted me to help you out here and you kind of brushed me aside and you asked me not to do that again, or at least to give you some more time. So here I am doing it again. Okay, so take that message from yourself. Allow yourself that space, because you're no good to anybody if your cup is empty. And I know you know that. Okay, so that was a good reminder one for you guys on 2. All right, 3. Chose 3. Connecting with your energy 3, I feel really drawn to the temples, but more so the where your lymphatic system can drain in the front of your ears here, and it goes all the way down your vagus nerve. You may be feeling some disturbances in sleep, inability to kind of stay asleep for long, waking up early and then wanting to crash and go back to sleep later. This is also affecting your ability to have energy throughout the day, and finding that it's kind of causing you to be in a cycle where you're kind of caffeinating or getting your sugar up, or getting yourself into a space where you're jacking up your energy later in the day in order to withstand. And conversely, later in the evening or early in the morning when you should still be asleep, you're kind of paying for it on the back end. There's been I'm seeing a lot of screens, and I'm also seeing it moving very close and further away. I'm also seeing like someone put a blue blocker screen, or like, what is that called? Yeah, it's like a blue light filter on these screens. So if that's something that you haven't done, please do so. This is also a signal for you to pay attention to how late you're up with screens in your face, affecting your circadian rhythm, which is affecting everything. But there is also a sense of grief that's coming with this group in 3, and that pressure and an ability to kind of drain the ears, drain a sense of heaviness and a sense of feeling truly like overly emotional but not able to connect it to anything. Watch the desire to connect it to a story about yourself or about what's happening. Understand that a lot of what's occurring as well, especially we have a lot of planets that will be starting to move out of retrograde to direct over the next couple weeks. And then some others that will be moving retrograde, just to kind of do that wing wang kind of thing that we have going on, which is so fun. Just understand that you're very sensitive to what's going on as well. So this goes back to those of you in 1, needing to really kind of take the time to pay attention to how you're being perceived as well. That's not to say that you should really give a shit about what other people think. That's not what I mean. But you do have people that are looking to you in order to process some of these things. And that also is, in a sense, a little bit of a boundary issue. Some of these people are not able to give you the same support that you're giving them. And in a way, there is some of the grief that's connected to a loss in that closeness of friendship or relationship that you're not able to sustain because of this. So just be aware that there's a lot that's coming up and there's a lot that's happening. But processing through your actual emotions, allowing yourself to sit down and feel your feelings, similar to, I believe it was 3 or 2. What number am I on? 2? I'm on 3. Where am I? is paramount to you making sure that your health is staying as high level as it can, because you're experiencing a lot of deficit in the sleep time. That's because there's a lot of energy that's happening in sleep as well, but everyone's a little bit out of whack, and that's to be expected. So don't expect yourself to be perfect. That's something we should never do. But as a recovering perfectionist, it's really hard to say. So I see you and I hear you. And if you want some help with that, please feel free to reach out. All right, moving on to 4. Isn't he so sunny? All right. If you chose 4, here we go. Connecting with your energy 4. I feel that you're back on track. I hear that really clearly. I'm actually seeing like cars, like Hot Wheel cars that come off of the little plastic track, and they're actually being lifted up and put back on as if they had fallen off. So if you feel that you've been off your game, and if you feel that you haven't had things go as smoothly as they should be, and a lot of us are in that boat, not to get my transportation confused, but in that situation, you are now on the other side of something that was very difficult to get through. So you're going to start to see, especially with the energy of the new moon, which is designed for us to plant seeds of what it is that we want to see coming down the line, and the things that we're looking forward to in the future. We're looking to connect deeper in relationship, connect in collaboration, and also some of the ideas that we are bringing up and are thinking of, and some of the daydreams that we have. We're looking to actually find someone to help support that or create that for us within our realms of our own reality. And the possibility for that is opening more and more. You'll find within the next 3 to 7 weeks that there will be more expansion in this area, and that the things that you were looking to have moving by this point will now start to lockstep get themselves in order. There's been a upheaval, and there's been an obstacle that has been kind of difficult, that hasn't been able to get moved or sorted. Now that has come to a conclusion, you're able to move past it. The shock of it has worn off a bit. The disappointment is still there, and there is some grief around that. But overall, you've taken the lessons for what it's worth, and you've encapsulated it into yourself and allowed yourself to kind of process it. And you're starting to see the fruits of your labor there. So keep on dreaming, keep on putting it out there, keep on looking for the higher road and the positivity that is definitely hard to come by as easily as it used to. There's almost a layer of gray sky in this sunny energy that you're trying to bring forth. Understand that not everyone can meet you where you're at right now, but that doesn't mean that they won't. And that also doesn't mean that you shouldn't be excited or positive or feel like you can celebrate your wins, because they are rightfully earned. Okay? So those are the messages this week. If you would like to work with me, I would love to work with you. So please reach out at my website. I also do lots of custom stuff. So if there's something that you're interested in working on, whether it's developing your abilities, or if you're wanting to open up, or if you're wanting some healing, I have lots of options for that too. So just send me a message and we can figure something out. Okay. I would love to hear how this lands for you too. So please give me some feedback. It helps me grow and helps me show my accuracy to clients. So please leave that below for me. I appreciate that. And I look forward to hearing from you. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for showing up. And I will check you later. All right. Peace.